I just got off that bus in Cartago, and Cartago is just a stop on where I'm going today. At least that's the plan. We'll find out. And I'm east of the Continental Divide. I think the last time that was true was when I came back from Le Mans in February. So here we are, and might get rainy. It can rain in Cartago, even more than San Jose. So I'm looking for the bus terminal. If I remember, it was right across the tracks, maybe in that direction. There's the train station. I think the bus terminal's over there. Guess I'll find out. So as far as I can tell, this has a lot of buses to San Jose. This is not buses going east, which is what I was looking for. So I will wander around Cartago until I found my bus. And I actually did look at this online, but online direction for buses are not always accurate here. So now I'm actually on an old converted school bus going towards Paraiso. Let's see how that works. I think that bus going by was the bus I was looking for. So I'm back in Paraiso. I haven't been here since February, was it? January? It's a while ago. Nice place though, and it's called Paraiso for a reason. But I don't know if I'll go to my original destination. There's actually 3 places that I would want to see from here. So basically I'm just going to find which bus stop and which bus is easiest to get to. So it's kind of an adventure, and I could have made it more direct, but I'm also reacquainting myself with, like, yeah, where are the buses in Cartago, stuff like that. So that is useful. So I'm just walking south out of Paraiso, and actually I saw a bus that was going to the place where I've decided to go, leaving right as I left, and probably maybe every 15-minute frequency. So I'll walk to the next shelter or something, do what I usually do. There also is, according to Google Maps, a viewpoint of sorts close to here. So if I reach that, I might go up that too. But hey, it's a Friday. Just kind of wandering around, really. So now I just have myself a nice little country walk, more or less. And if this sidewalk actually continued all the way, I might just spend 2 hours walking to where I'm going. But as we know, in Costa Rica, sidewalks can appear and disappear, and especially I think it gets into be a windy mountain road. So, but we'll find out. I'm in the lucky and unlucky state of not really knowing where I am. There's a bus shelter, kind of non-standard, but this is a bus shelter. I'm going to think I'm going to wait here about 4 minutes, which would be about what I expect if that bus was at a 15-minute frequency. And if it doesn't come then, I'll assume it's a longer frequency and keep walking, because no reason not to walk. It's also cooler here. I'm at a higher altitude than San Jose, but not too cold, and hasn't started raining yet, although there's a good chance that will happen pretty soon. So I waited a while at that last stop, and then I walked a while, and at another stop, a man here told me every 30 minutes. So, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and like they say, just another day in paradise. There's people planting or harvesting coffee, I'm not actually sure. And we're almost there. Welcome to Dagobah, or Bienvenidos a Orosi. I just got off of that bus, and I'm glad I didn't try to walk. Look at those hills around town. It was a pretty dramatic up and down over those mountains with no shoulder, so I'm glad I didn't try that, but I'm here now, and so far I like it. Let's see what goes on in Orosi. So this seems to be some type of historical building. I don't know if it's open to the public, but it looks like it's open, so I'm going to at least go and look. I don't know if I'll record inside of it, if that's allowed or if that would be rude. I guess we'll find out. So the sign says no flash photography, so I'm following the rules. And it also said this is the unique church in Costa Rica that preserves the colonial era. Kind of tired. That's interesting, because even though a lot of the architecture is more modern, I'm surprised this is the only one. Maybe that means the only one in total. And so it says it's both an architectural, national, and religious monument. And I don't know if the chanting in there was live or if that was recorded, but it was beautiful. So Orosi has at least one thing that you should see if you get here. I walked just a couple blocks further, and as you can see, that's about the town for now. So I just asked somebody if this is still a public road, and I'm going to see if there's some type of mirador viewpoint up there. Oh, and by the way, he said yes, so let's find out. Hopefully, let's find out that he was... Strangely enough, this looks a lot like what I was doing just a month ago at Fred Burr. Time moves fast. Well, it doesn't look like it stops, but it doesn't look like it goes on much longer, so I don't think this is going to find like a viewpoint. So I'm going to turn around, walk back this way. Took a little bit of a risk. I'm a little bit more self-confident about going off trail now because I know Costa Rica better. If you're new to this country or any country in the area, avoid doing things like this. I didn't find a vantage point there, but you can see from here the valley goes on for a while past Orosi proper, and there's houses on the hill and stuff. I don't know what happened. So I'm just following this sidewalk because I can, trying to see how far the town goes in this way. So there's like an old downtown near the church, and then it continues this way. And I'm just continuing this way. Bus goes back to Cartago every 30 minutes, so don't have to worry too much about time. I'm going to call this the end of town. I don't really want to risk walking along what might be an ever-disappearing shoulder. There could be like a wonderful another center of town and park right past that turn, but might as well walk back. There's other stuff to see in the center of town, so I'm going to head back that way. So one thing I will say about being here is it definitely feels like I'm out of the Central Valley, out of San Jose. Even all the way to Paraiso, it still feels like you're still basically in San Jose. Here it actually feels like I'm in a small mountain town in Costa Rica. There's a deep rushing river or creek cutting the Orosi in half as I walk back towards the center of town. So walking back into the center of town, and you can also see from here the size of the hills that I had to cross over to get here, which are not gigantic hills like a lot of times the case in Costa Rica, but quite up and down and windy. So I said this feels quite different, and one thing is that there's no chain businesses here, like, you know, my joke in Aradia when they had the Taco Bell and the KFC, etc. is, you know, all of that. And here, I mean, we do have this Costa Rican bakery chain, but as you can see, it's mostly small businesses and stuff, and that does make it feel a lot more local. Also, there's just horses. I think, yeah, horse. So I couldn't see the ear at first. This horse is kind of chilling out in the middle of Main Street. That's a sign. So I'm back by the church, back by the concha, back in the center of town. It's been a pretty restful day. Obviously I don't have a lot of insight. I just came here and walked around, but I really enjoy it, and it reminds me a little bit of Turrialba, where I went this year, but a little bit less hectic because it is a small town. That might be the bus I was planning to take out of town. There will be another bus in 30 minutes. So I'm getting a lot more self-confident being able to explore and find my way around and ask questions this time. But I still feel I'm only seeing a very superficial view of things. I'm just walking around with a camera, and there's so much of the nature and then also so much of the society that I'm just scraping the surface of. And I don't really know how to present a thesis about what I'm seeing because it's kind of I'm out of my depth, even if I know how to buy an ice cream cone and ask where the bus stop is this time. You know, but that's just part of things, and I'm enjoying being here, and hopefully you're enjoying seeing some of this, and I will continue with more adventures, and hopefully at some point I'll get like more structure and be able to explain what it is I'm seeing. But for now, maybe an explanation isn't necessary. Out of town, and shows a little bit about the beautiful scenery around town. rushing river. It shows a little bit about what the terrain is like and why it's difficult to get to and from this town. It might actually be a one-way bridge, I'm not sure. And this is the shoulder I was talking about when I said I'm glad I didn't try to walk to Orosi along this shoulder. Back passing through Paraiso. Pretty short ride from here to Cartago. I'm back in Cartago. There's the ruins of Cartago. And I don't know if I'm going to take a bus back, or actually I think the first train leaves in 15 minutes, so I might just go take the train. Today was kind of the epitome of the journey, sometimes more from the destination. I liked Orosi, but it was also interesting to see the network of places I had to take to get there, all those different buses. And like I said, I don't come out with a single story or answer from that, but I do see a lot of stuff along the way. And now it's time to go home. Qué raro. Hay un cadeña. Viene el portón de la estación de trenes, entonces no solo abierto temporario, es un abierto serio. Well, the train station is closed. There's no sign or something about that. It's not like a holiday season or something. I have to research what's going on. So less fun option, I'm going to go take the bus. So I got off the bus in San Pedro at the UCR train station. I actually asked the guy here. He said the train's still running to Tres Rios. Anyway, so to recap my recap, today I spent like 6 hours out, and I think I spent like 90 minutes of that in Orosi, maybe a little bit more. And there's a value in that, but also maybe, my next trip I will plan to just go somewhere where I'll go, be able to spend more time there and really explore, rather than jinking around. And also now, after coming back from Cartago, now it's raining, so glad I brought the umbrella. Okay, so that was today, and there will be more trips to come.